Haters, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Espero que se encuentren muy bien. Bienvenidos nuevamente aquí a su canal del Hater, a un nuevo video en Conversaciones desde el Inframundo. Y en esta ocasión tenemos el placer de hablar con Jesper Gräs. Es uno de los guitarristas de una gran banda que me ha sorprendido gratamente, la banda Iotunn, se puede decir que es de Dinamarca y de las Islas Faroe. Ellos tocan una especie de Melodic Death Metal con elementos progresivos. Y el próximo 25 de octubre, es decir, el siguiente viernes, estarán lanzando su segundo álbum de estudio a través de Metal Blade Records, que lleva por título Kinship. So, Jasper, thanks a lot for being here in Conversation from the Underworld. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm at my parents' place for some vacation.
Oh, great.
So I'm sitting in my childhood home, and today we're having 11 interviews. So so just looking forward to a long day of good times and talking, and yeah.
Great, great, Jesper. And you are in familiar surroundings, so you're in your ground, so
Oh
everyone
yeah,
is visiting you.
yeah.
Great, man. Uh, and first of all, congratulations for the amazing record that you guys have pulled out,
Thank
because
you.
as we were talking before, it's a hell of an album, man, and I have a real good time listening to it, and I can surely say that it's a very, very strong candidate for album of the year. At least on
Thank you.
my charts, it's up there. It's fighting really hard, and I can see a lot of people loving the album once it's released. So congratulations for that, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Don't
Well,
even mention it.
yeah.
And without further ado, I will start with my first question for you. And
Yeah.
the first question I got for you is this one. Very few bands are able to make a fictional history feel so real that it's easy to make that history yours while one is listens to the album. How did the band achieve that for this album? Because the lyrics and its melodies are practically perfect.
Yeah. I think it's a matter of us trying to make an album where the story were even closer in some way to ourselves, and thereby perhaps us also to the listener. Uh, we wanted to really make the most honest story we were able to, and have it be about the human nature and human relationships, both with your family, friends, society, and so on, but also with the nature and cosmos and everything. So we just wanted to make a truly honest album, because we believe if we do music and lyrics and so on that is honest and true and right from our feelings and hearts and so on, then the distance to the listener will not be there. Then it will just talk to you, and touch your feelings and thoughts and everything. So just a matter of trying to always be as honest as possible, and to make it as good as we possible can. Yeah, by hard work also. Yeah.
Oh man, you guys certainly achieved that and more, because it's there's something in there that really touches you, that really ignites a flame in the heart, in the brain, in the soul. Every element I grasped in every single listen that I gave to the album delivered something different, something new, something beautiful. And I really I haven't finished to enjoy the album yet, and
Mm,
I'm already stunned, you know, mind-blowing,
Yeah.
because every time I play the record, I knew I'm gonna find something new. I know it. And every time I listen to it, it's a real pleasure, and a very good surprise. So thanks for your work and
Yeah.
congratulations for this achievement.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, don't
Thank
mention
you.
it, man. The second question I got for you is this one.
Yeah.
Feeling on this album is just an uncontainable force of nature that sweeps away everything on its way. What were your thoughts while writing the music and while recording it?
Yeah, I think the word like a natural force is quite good because when we write our music, we want it to be as much as possible in contact with the energies and forces of, you know,
Yeah,
everything. So what we have in mind or how we approach creating music is very much based on yeah, our own experiences, our feelings, our, you know, what pictures comes up when we listen to our own music, when we create it. Is it are you out in the, you know, the wonders of nature, wandering around,
yeah,
or yeah, what does it ignite in your imagination and so on. So we want to look at our music and and you know, when we try to see, okay, is this music is it good enough, then it has to start some kind of force within ourselves. We need to feel something, uh, you know, really moving us somewhere and taking us to other worlds in some way. And therefore I think that's always present when we write music, you know.
okay.
And I think and that is the way we, yeah, just like to create music. We don't like to create music from thinking we should make a song sounding like that one, or we should make a song which goes in this key, or we
Mm.
should make a song that is this genre, or anything like that. We never think like that, because we think that that closes down the creativity in some way. Instead, we want to, yeah, as I said before, like get connected with forces. That's a good way to say it, and there's a lot of them.
Oh, great, man. That's here for
Mm.
everyone to listen because I mean, no artistic limits on the album, no artistic limits on the way that you're writing and composing, and it's almost palpable. It's almost materializing. Well, it has materialized now in this new album out on 25th October through Metal Blade Records.
Yeah,
And I mean, I'm just stunned, man. It's such a
yeah,
pleasure to listen to
amazing,
someone
and
behind this work.
yeah, we just really like grateful these weeks and days and everything, because we receive yeah, interviews, you know, and lots of them, and reviews from all over, and it seems that this is turning out really good, you know. Yeah, it's very positive. So that's just that's a big thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
it deserves all the praise that it can get. I assure you of that.
yeah. Thank you.
My next question is this one.
Yeah.
Sentimentality is some kind of beacon that shines unrelentingly throughout the entire album atmospheres, whether they are raw or subtle. How do you accomplish to keep that fire burning during the whole duration of the album without scorching the other elements on it?
Yeah, I think again it's a matter of going to the roots of where it all comes from, as we talked about in the previous question. Whether it's being like feeling, you know, sentimental or any kind of feelings. I just think that your senses and your senses experiences and your feelings and everything, it's a, for me, it's a, you know, eternal source of inspiration. And that energy that comes from that, I think, if you continuously throughout a writing process of an album keeps focused, you know, on what is important when creating music, I think you can feel that flame burning throughout each note throughout an album. So again, I think it's what you connect with. If you connect with something that really is huge in this reality, you know, then there's so much energy to get inspired by, you know, and I think that shows in music.
Yeah, I mean, it's if there's inspiration in every corner if you know where to look. And
Yeah,
I mean, it's not easy to create such a masterpiece like this album, but definitely you can find inspiration from anything, anywhere, and anyone if you know how to
yeah,
look at things and
yeah,
grab everything you need from those things and just make them your own, and just starting from there, there's no limit
exactly.
to what you can create.
Exactly, and I think that's what removes all those boxes, and you know, that removes the borders and make you, and then you can just, you know, fly wherever you want. If you feel like the music should go somewhere out there, then just try to go there, you know,
Yeah,
without having limitations uh, in your inspiration. And yeah,
yeah, man, I feel this album
yeah,
just passed through me, came from somewhere,
yeah,
passed through me,
that's
and
good.
I'm at the moment I'm still following, you know, the path that it had created before me, and it's a very enjoyable journey up to now.
Good to hear. Yeah, perfect. That's good.
Great, man. Another question for you is this one.
Yeah.
With every song, I found myself not wanting to pass to the next one because I was
Mhm.
enjoying it so much every single listen I was given to them, especially the opening track. Was it hard for the band to put in this amount of layers on every song and yet make them so accessible and easy to cling to?
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I think that we have. It's been a part of our DNA of our soundscape somehow since the beginning, I think. But it's something that I think we've become better at, and that's the somehow paradox of something being very complicated and being very simple at the same time.
Mm,
Um, because I think that can actually be done musically, you know. Uh, it's also the same. We're very inspired by classical music, for instance, and I think it's the same if you analyze the layers of a certain part in a huge symphony or something. I think where classical music is one of the main, you know, forces of classical music is exactly this, that actually there's sometimes, you know, 10, 15 things going on in some pieces, but the feeling of just taking it in is
yeah,
extremely simple. You know, it's just bright and clear for
natural.
you, natural, you know, and that's a some kind of double thing going on there, dialectic thing between being complicated and just unison, clear, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that is Iotunn never aim for music to be complicated. We never have a goal of we hope that this experience will be complicated for people, you know.
Yeah.
We always want to search for any given part in our music to offer this bright, clear energy of in the listening experience. But sometimes there are many layers, but the layers just should not, you know, contradict each other. They shouldn't make things more gray and weird to listen to. Not in our soundscape.
Yeah, man.
It should, if there's you know, 6 layers or something, it should all be serving the wholeness of a clear. That's the music, you know.
Exactly, man. Now, no one never has said that about progressive music or complex music. In most of my reviews, when I'm talking about records that had progressiveness and technicality on them, I always critique that if your progressiveness and your complexity are not servants to the sound of the whole album, they are just pointless for me. And it's just a way
they can be.
brag.
It can be a way to brag, you know, but I also think that there's good examples of progressive music, you know, going nuts in the progressiveness.
Of
That is
course.
quite that is, you know, it's good music and it's not bragging. But I get your point totally. And also even the very, very progressive music that you know aims for complexity constantly and so on. That it's not the music I put on when I drive in the car, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But then again, complex music, you know, one of my favorite things is to listen to classical music, and it's complex. But,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But
but as we but they always, you know, the big classical composers, you can really hear how much they think about the music as such, you know. How is this a whole world presenting itself? There's not much bragging when you listen to the great composers, I think.
No, I think that those are the means to an end, because they are thinking about everything, about the whole
Absolutely.
structure as a whole. And those are just their tools. The complexity is their tool. The progressiveness, the technicality, it's a tool in order to achieve something greater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man. Thanks for that. And
Yeah, you too.
yeah, it's been a hell of a chat. I'm enjoying it a lot. And my last question for you is this one. As you know, I am talking to you from Mexico, and most of the Mexican and Latin American people are family people. We tend to have a very strong ties with our families, and you play in the same band with your brother. What's the best and the worst part of playing in a band with a sibling?
Yeah. Actually, I think almost all interviews I've done the last months, they have all asked me about this aspect of Jens and I being brothers, you know. And my answer in all interviews is very clearly that it's an amazing and very giving thing. So on the good side, I would say everything, but I want to try and think about a bad thing.
Yeah.
But you know, my brother and I have been playing guitar, classical guitar, since childhood, and traveled together and been to hundreds of concerts and festivals. and just hung out, with each other's friends and listened to music. And obviously, we've been writing music together, and so we've spent an enormous amount of time and together and had amazing experiences. And also in Iotunn,
Yeah.
but a bad thing. I think, but that's actually just perhaps a good thing because it keeps something alive in you. But both Jens and I, it's like siblings can be mad at each other or irritated. Not mad, just irritated at each other
Yeah.
sometimes in a certain way. So there's a certain way I can get irritated at Jens, which is its own thing, But
Yeah.
it's nothing. It's nothing, It's yeah. I
Definitely
can't
has
find
more
any.
pros than
Yeah,
cons.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, man. I really, I don't have a brother. I have a sister, and he doesn't listen
yeah.
to metal, so she has nothing to do with music. It's not important for her life.
No, no, okay.
But I can really imagine to have someone so close to me working in that environment. Maybe because sometimes I can think that maybe I will be kind of scared to let someone so close to me looked at another facet of myself where I am transforming into something that most of the people don't know. It's also I have made friends,
Yeah,
real close
yeah.
friends from bands, but not the friends that I have prior before that band. I
No.
would bring to that kind of environment because maybe I like it. That's just my position. I like to have
Yeah, yeah.
this kind of divisions around the areas of my life that so they don't mix and I don't get all confused and I don't have to, you know, contain myself in certain ways.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It makes totally sense. For my brother and I, it's just
Very different.
if you yeah, it is. And if you see a relationship as a building or something, then there's it's important to have the possibility of closing doors
Of
if
course.
uh, but the Jotun room for our relationship is just right at the core of the building, together with being, family members and good friends and so on. So it feels very natural to just do music together, and actually it's something we really love to do together. It's extremely funny to sit down together with Jens Nicolai and write Jotun songs. It's amazing. Yeah.
That's a privilege, man. You
Yeah.
guys are very lucky to have this thing in common, and
Yeah.
that you two together are building and transforming elements around you, uh, common elements for you, or even just elements of your life and his life, and grabbing all of those things and using them to create
Yeah.
translating all of that things around your lives into something that you can share with the entire world. I mean,
Exactly.
I
That's a
would
big
feel
thing.
very lucky.
Yeah, it is a big thing, and it's something that I feel every day. It's something that if I it can appear in many situations, but then it's just come to mind. Wow, I'm grateful for this.
Yeah, man.
So yeah,
Great, man. Great. Thanks a lot for your answers. It
yeah.
has
Thank you,
been
man.
very, very illustrative. And man, please now, as we were talking before we started recording, please help me out with a question for my next guest here in Conversations from the Underworld. It can be anything
Yeah.
you like. It doesn't have to be about music. It can be books, food, TV, cinema, just nature, whatever you want.
Okay, I think I'll just try and go with my whatever comes.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. One of the things that I really love about honest music, which I would call it, And I think there's a lot of that in the metal scene. One of the characteristics about that is that you don't turn away from all the dark sides of the universe and the human life and society and so on.
Yeah.
So I think the question would be in which way it is important for the one you interview to get inspired by, the more difficult and dark sides of our feelings, of the world we live in, and so on.
Oh, great question, man. And with my next guest, I'm pretty sure we will have the entire half hour of the interview just talking about that, because the music is
Yeah.
very much influenced by those kind of feelings.
All right then.
Yeah, man. Please, Jesper, it has been such a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot for your honesty, for being so fun to talk to. And let me just say goodbye to our friends in Spanish, and
Yeah,
I will
please
return
do.
to you in a second. Haters, eso es todo lo que tenemos en esta entrevista con Jesper, el guitarrista de la banda Iotunn. No se pierdan su próximo álbum de estudio que sale a la venta este 25 de octubre a través de Metal Blade. Kinship es un trabajo excelente, totalmente recomendado. Jesper, thanks a lot. If you like to say something to the Mexican and
Yeah,
Latin
I
American
would.
audience, the mic is yours.
Yeah, thank you. We receive a lot of, messages on our Iotunn Facebook or Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Fans from Mexico, fans from South America. So we've been listening to metal since we were small children almost, and some of the best live recordings ever for me personally is the Rock in Rio Iron Maiden show from Brazil, and I could mention a lot of others. There seems to be such a great energy, and such a pure love for metal music. So I just want to say that I hope there's a lot of people in your amazing countries that will listen to this album and enjoy it. And then I promise that whenever it is possible for us to come and play, we will, and we can't wait.
Yeah, man. And I want to do my best to push this album to every person I know, because it deserves to be heard. It deserves to be appreciated, because not every day you get to listen to a piece of work of such quality. Congratulations again, Jesper.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for your time, man.
Thank you, man. It was a pleasure.
No, the pleasure is mine, man. So thanks a lot. Hater, nos vemos en el siguiente video. Cuídense un chingo. Hasta luego.
See you.